Hey, Ed here, and I just want to make sure that you get all the deductions you're due out of your small business. I'm finding that business owners typically they don't get all the tax deductions they're owed, and I have a list of three things that I would make sure, as a small business owner, I do make sure that I keep in my bookkeeping. All right. So the first one, all right, hopefully the vast majority of your expenses are being captured in your business bank account. All right. Ideally, all of them are, but I'll tell you what, I sometimes pay with a personal card here and there for something that's business related. And my recommendation to you is anytime that you do that, create a list and make sure that you have the date and the amount and the reason for the purchase and who it was purchased from. Okay. And gather this and keep this as a record to put into your bookkeeping at the end of the year. It is so important because if you do not capture those expenses, you cannot deduct those expenses. And so that is just one thing that I've found that's really, really helpful in reducing your taxable income. The second tip I have for you today is in regards to your vehicle and your mileage. And so the IRS gives us two different ways to write off the expenses that we have for our business use of our vehicle. And option one is the standard deduction. So you keep a mileage log. It's 70 cents on the mile that is allowed to be accounted for to reduce your taxable income. And the other option is that you actually itemize each expense. So whether that's insurance costs, interest expense off your loan for your car or your truck, it could be your gas, repairs and maintenance. Okay, so you keep track of those and the mileage, and then you figure out which one reduces your taxes the most, and that's the one that you get to use each year. A lot of times, we only choose one or the other, and then we're locked into a situation instead of being able to say, hey, which one is going to be better? All right, and the third tip I have for you is about your home office. So I'm in my home office right now doing my thing. And I wanted to say that you get two options with the IRS. You can either do a simplified method of deducting your home office expenses or an itemized method. And so the simplified method is $5 per square foot, up to 300 square feet of your office. Keep in mind though, it has to be regularly used and exclusively for business. Okay, it can't be your living room where you sit and watch Netflix with your kids, and then you're doing office work on your laptop and your couch. It has to be in your office, a dedicated space. And so if you do the simplified method, let's say your office is up to 300 square feet, you could take $1,500 off your taxable income. That's pretty good. So the itemized method is actually used when you take your actual expenses. So that's going to be your insurance, your repairs and maintenance, your utilities, your interest expense. I think I already said that. And you take them all and then you figure out the percentage portion of your home office, and then you can deduct that portion. And so the itemized one is really good if you have a large office, or you pay a lot in utilities or mortgage interest, or you have high rent. Okay, if you have a smaller office, a lot of times it's easier to take the standard deduction and it'll actually be a better tax benefit. But if you don't do both, you don't know. Okay, and that's what this whole video is about, is if you don't do both, you don't know. And so just make sure, as a recap, business expenses paid in cash or through personal accounts or credit cards, make sure you get those into your bookkeeping. The second is to find out whether your vehicle expenses or your vehicle mileage will give you a higher tax deduction. And the third is which one gives you the most tax benefit, the standard home deduction or the itemized home deduction. All right. If you're not sure, so I also have something else for you. If you're not sure what expenses actually go against your business, then I have a one-page cheat sheet. It's called the Confident Business Owner's Guide to Tax Deductible Expenses. All right, and you can take a look at that, and it's been really informative. Everyone that I've showed it to has said that this is really, really good information, because there might be things that you're spending money on that pertain to your business that you're not capturing in your bookkeeping, and you're missing out on those deductions. All right, and if you capture all the income and all the expenses, and you can actually have reports that can give you information on how to run your business more efficiently, what's costing you money, etc. I mean, you got to have it as a business owner. And so as a fellow business owner, I do these things, I do the math, I make sure it happens. And so, yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope this tax season is easy. All right, take care.